This week on The Young and the Breastless, Letoya Luckett is getting divorced for the third time in 37 minutes. After getting engaged and married for the first time at age 34, she now finds herself back to back divorced. I believe because she doesn't know how to pick a real nigga like me. And all the sisters are out there having her back because they can't get a man to stay with their ass either. Let's see how this story unfolds here on Nigga Flicks, coming to a liquor store near you. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And I am a little under the weather, guys. A little sick. Stop the show. I'm sick of you niggas. But you know, I'm in Poland, man, so it's cold as hell out here. You know, it's just, if somebody even send me a text message, nigga, I might freeze to death. But, you know, I wanted to cover this Letoya Luckett story. And Letoya Luckett is a very talented singer, used to be in Destiny's Child, and you know, stop the show. That's when people were actually talented when I was coming up. Like in my generation, she was born in 81. It's something about people born in 1981 that makes you have a lot of talent, unlike you niggas who were born after that. But I digress. Letoya Luckett, man, is, you know, very attractive, you know, lady, very talented lady. And she reminds me of what I see a lot of times in, you know, progressive black women, okay? And what happens is that when you're a progressive black woman in today's world, from a big city, you know, the Houstons of the world, the Atlantas, hell, I even saw, you know, you have a lot of sisters in Jackson, Mississippi right now, killing it. You know, what's happening is when you're beautiful like that, you have talent like that, you know, a lot of sisters are saying, look, I want to work and get my career started first. And, you know, then I'm going to go head on and later on get a man. All right. You know, that's what happened. Like when she founded Lady L Boutique, you know, it's an upscale boutique. You know, she does philanthropy. She, in 2010, she was like the new face of Luster's Hair Care. I mean, she's a astute businesswoman. And I want to give a round of applause right now. Then we go ahead and give the applause to all the women out there in our community who are like this. Okay. You know, because like I said, I'm a person I'm fair. I'm a hustler too. I know what it takes to run a business, to get your ass up and work when you don't want to work, to deal with, you know, employees. Stop the show. Like Dima. But I mean, I know what it takes. So I salute you. I'm not a person that's a hater. Okay. The problem comes in though, is once you get all of these things established for yourself, then at like age 34, you're gonna want to get married at that time. Okay. Now for men, it's different. You know, we can be 34 or 35, get everything set up, then get married because we're providers. All right. The downside of women who are in business is that their mentality is once they achieve a lot, to be married is going to be a different position for them. You know, they don't feel like, you know, they don't feel like they have to do much, right? And what I want to do right now is, when I'm saying do much, I mean, like, they don't feel like they have to be submissive. And what I want to do is actually this. There was an episode about this on Kinganda, right? Where Jonita and Kim were talking about this. I want to play just a small clip of this so you guys can get a gist of what they're talking about, because they did an episode about rich black women wanting to get married. So I want you to listen to what he's had to say about that, all right?
But successful women, usually, they're not going to do certain things that men expect women to do for them.
Like?
Women, like, who are successful, lose their feminine side. And all of a sudden, it's, let's do this. I want to do this. Honey, could you cook for me a good meal? No. I'll just order. Sometimes a man wants to feel like he is a man in the house, being submissive. You're washing for him his clothes. You're cooking for him these good meals. Yes, I know there's some stuff we can order, but like sometimes I just want to see you doing some work, like sweating for me, you know.
You're
Like,
describing a slave, but continue.
no, that's not a slave, because
Yeah,
if you go in your spiritual books, they also talk about that. So really, if that is what is in the spiritual books,
It's a
then
Bible.
yes, I'm not going to quote names and stuff and then people start coming for me, but that is what is there. Submission. Successful women will rarely be submissive to any man because they feel, now I can get myself this.
Yeah.
So why am I going to mop the
Like,
house?
why is this stressing me?
Why am I going to do the dishes?
Yeah.
All right, so you heard what Kim has to say, and you guys can go check that podcast out on the first comment pinned to the top. He brings out a very special point that women that have a lot of money don't want to be submissive, okay? Because they have been trained, since they've been, to be business women. They don't want to be submissive, okay? And that's what bothers them in relationships, especially at over 34, 35, when you get married. Now, she's been married twice now. This is 2 divorces in 5 years, 2 different guys. So the problem is her, okay? The issue is you don't feel like you need to submit to anybody because, I'm this person. You know what I mean? You know how they'll be. Date music. Yeah, nigga, I got all this money. You don't got shit. I'm the one over here balling. I'm Letoya Luckett. I'm the one that got this. Niggas know me. They know me. You know what I mean? And then that comes to something else. They then can never get the people that's on their level. All right? See, that's another thing that we're not talking about. They can't get the guys on their level. They're always marrying somebody down. Okay? Somebody down. All right? So at age 34, you're not going to be able to get, a guy that makes more money than you. Because at that age, I'm sorry, there's not enough market for somebody like that. So you got to go with dudes that ain't on your level. Okay? So then when you get a dude that ain't on your level, what happens? You don't respect the guy. Tomicus Walker, Rob Hill Sr., those guys aren't on your level. At least she feels that way. So then it leads to picking the wrong guy because now you want to be married and you want to have children, you want to beat that thing, and you're not equally yoked with that guy. So that guy becomes a cheater because in your prime time, or maybe because you're an asshole and he can't stand you, so he cheating on you. So now you're divorced. For somebody to get married at 35 as a woman, that's a big risk. But when you put your career over that, and you can't get those other qualities, that's why Mary J. Blige is 50 and single. All right? Because you don't have those qualities that you need to have somebody. And so you end up getting with these guys that you just don't respect. And when a woman gets with a guy that she just doesn't respect, he gonna end up cheating on her. And like I said, to me, it's all her fault. Want to know the biggest reason why it's all her fault? She chose both of these guys. All right? And it's time that we hold people accountable for their actions. I know a lot of your fans ain't gonna like that, but listen. She's been in 2 marriages, 2 different people. Okay? 2 marriages, 2 different people. Whose fault is it? Hers. Hers. All right? It's hers. I'm sorry. A lot of you guys are not gonna like this. Okay? That's the issue here. And we got to be adults about this. When you want to wait till 35 and then you have success in a career, it's gonna weigh on your mentality that I don't have to submit to this guy, especially if he don't have the money, that you have. We just talked about, such as wanting to get with guys that are a little bit more submissive, and it doesn't work. You don't respect the guy cheats on you, and you're divorced. And then you want to blame him. Blame yourself. And then once the black community starts to do that, boy, how much better we will be. Well, guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment pinned at the top. Check out the Black Men Are Pair t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.